is Halloween Haunter here, and welcome back to yet another Halloween video. And in this Halloween video, we're talking about the long-awaited Home Depot Halloween 2022 animatronic drop. Home Depot has dropped all their new Halloween stuff for this year, including some things are also returning, and I'm finally going to go ahead and talk about my full thoughts on everything. I'm super excited to talk about this because this year for Home Depot, they've definitely gone all out with the stuff. So let's go ahead and just finally start jumping into some of these things. Starting off this list, we're going to kind of go by my least favorites mostly to my favorite. It's not really in any order, but it's kind of going to be in different sections of which props I don't really love too much. And then the ones I like a lot more are way more down the list. We have the Illuminated Wizard for $200. Now, this guy isn't bad by any means. I don't think I hate him. I don't think he's bad. I'm just not really a guy who's into wizard props. I'm just not really into that style of themes. And I doubt I would be able to get this and work it very well in my displays. So personally, I'm not really into this prop. I don't really care for it as much as maybe some other people do. But I will say, for a wizard prop, it is pretty good on its own. It's probably our best wizard prop, as the previous ones are just the really cheap Asian ones, so I am impressed with SVI and Home Depot trying to step up their game with this character. He seems pretty good on its own. It's just not a character for me. His audio is pretty good, and his detail looks very nice, just not for me personally. Next is the 5.5 foot Cauldron Witches. Now this prop is very strange because number one, the demo is not even a demo, it's just pictures of the prop. There's no activation. They just talk over it with the audio. I don't know why they chose just pictures. It's very weird. It's almost kind of lazy. I don't know if this is a mistake or they couldn't film the prop for some reason, but it's just pictures. But also this prop is pretty weird because in the instructions for some of these props, they show the prototype versions, and I guess the prototype version of this prop was the Morris Costumes unreleased version from last year, because Morris Costumes had an unreleased Cauldron Witch prop like this. So I guess this is the release version of that. That's kind of weird, I don't know. But this is the only Home Depot prop on this list I don't like. I don't like this prop at all. I feel like it looks too generic. This idea has been used so many times, it's so boring at this point. And it doesn't even look that great. I feel like their faces look really bad. So overall, I am not a fan of this prop. I think it's somewhere around like 200, 250. I don't remember, honestly. But I'm not a big fan of it overall. I don't really care enough about it to remember. So I don't like this one. Next we have is the 6 foot animated standing witch. Now this prop I kind of feel the same way. It's not really a prop for me. I like witch props, but this one's not really doing it for me. It is Tekky, and it's only $100, which is a pretty good deal for what you're getting overall. But it's just not a prop for me. The design looks not generic, and it looks fine, but I'm not really a big fan of the puppet mouth. And it has the Ghost Witch audio from last year, so I'd rather get one of the previous Ghost Witch props than this one. But it's not a bad prop by any means. It's just kind of alright, and it's just there, but it's not bad. I just don't really like it that much. Now we have is the Faceless grabbing Scarecrow. This guy, I really enjoy the design a lot. This guy looks super creepy, and if you know me really well, you'll know that I'm a huge fan of the Scarecrow pumpkin stuff. I usually always gravitate towards most of it, so when I saw this, I was like, I am very interested for sure. And then from the teaser that was posted yesterday about the whole drop happening pretty soon, this guy looked so cool in there. And he's only $130, which is such a steal for this thing. And again, he just looks so awesome. His animation is really unique too. His arms kind of just lunge down really fast, and it just looks super amazing. But when I watched the video, I heard this guy has the same audio as the Inferno and Flaming Scarecrow from Home Depot 2020 and 2021. And honestly, it's very disappointing to hear that audio reused again on a different Scarecrow that's not really supposed to be a recolor or reskin of that. So I'm really disappointed this guy has the same audio. Otherwise, I would totally grab him. He looks amazing and such, but with that audio, I just unfortunately cannot buy him, especially since I already have the Inferno Scarecrow from last year. Next we have is the Goblin Thief from Tekky. This is honestly a really unique idea from them. Basically, it's this goblin. He's holding a bag, and his hand pops up really quick holding this skeleton body, and I think that's a super unique concept for this character. So I really like how Tekky is doing this prop this year, especially with Home Depot. I think it's a really unique idea, and I can see why people like it a lot. Personally, I don't really do stuff with goblins, so I feel like I can't really buy this and fulfill it to its best use because I really wouldn't have a place for it in my haunt. But I do think it's a really unique character, and I do like it overall. It's just not my thing, and again, I don't think I would use it right. But for the price, $150, I think it's a steal, and I think Tekky overall did a pretty good job on this one. Next we have the 3-foot characters. We have the 3-foot pumpkin twins. Now these guys actually came out last year, but last year they were wearing more farmer type clothing, while this year they're wearing Halloween costumes, which I think is a cool touch because every year sometimes Home Depot brings back an animatronic from last year and then they recolor it and change the clothing, and that's what they've done here for this year, and I think overall it's a better improvement. I'm probably still not going to get it though, just because I'm not a huge fan of their mouth movement or their audio, but I do think they look better now, and they're only $80, which is actually a good deal for them because you're getting two $40 3-foot props combined that are interactive, so overall it is a cool touch. I probably won't get them, but they're good for what they are. Next we have some 3-foot characters. We have the ones from the Nightmare Before Christmas. Now I like it when they make props from this movie, but I also like it when they make miniature versions of big animatronics. We have the 3-foot Jack Skellington, and honestly this guy is so cute and awesome. He looks kind of funny too. His head's a bit too big for the body, I feel like. Looks kind of out of place and kind of weird. But I overall feel like he's a good looking prop overall. He's posable, which is really cool, so you can have him in any pose as you wish. And I just feel like he's a really good prop for a porch or for indoors. Just a cute little scene setter, and I just feel like overall it's a really good character. I actually want to get one of these, but I'll talk about that next with the Oogie Boogie. Yes, we're also getting a 3-foot Oogie Boogie this year. Another one I actually think is really cute too, and just really cool for indoors and outdoors. He also just has mouth movement, and he actually sings a song, unlike Jack, who actually speaks phrases. So overall, I like these two a lot. They're both $50 each, which I think is a fine deal. I honestly want to get them. I don't know if I will because I have plans to get other more expensive props this year, so they're kind of low on the list of what I want to get this year. But if they're still around later in the season, I can definitely see myself buying it for sure. I just think overall both are really cool characters, and they're definitely worth the grab if you want one. Next on our list is the 6-foot Dean the Deathologist. Now this guy is actually a really unique character. I like this prop a lot more now after seeing the video, because months ago I saw the pictures and I thought, okay, it looks cool, but I don't really want it. But now seeing the actual final product and seeing the video, this guy is super unique. I just like the idea of a bartender prop. He looks super nice. His clothing looks really cool, very vintage-like. But I like how he's pouring this wine in a glass and the liquid is lighting up in a certain pattern to make it look like there's actually liquid coming out of it. It's such a unique concept for sure. And I just feel like his overall audio is pretty good. His motion's pretty nice too. He reminds me a lot of Corpse Bride, which is honestly a really good movie. And so I like how this prop reminds me of that for sure. It makes me want it more. I don't think I'll get it this year, unfortunately, but I do like the character a lot. He is super unique, and he's overall pretty good for the price at $200. Next is the 8-foot Smoldering Reaper of Souls. Now, this one is also another one I liked months ago, but I wasn't into it because I have the Inferno Reaper, which this is basically a reskin of that, and I thought he was just going to have the same audio, and he is a reskin for sure. He doesn't have any body turning, unfortunately, which would have been kind of cool, but I can see why the staff is really huge. But he actually has different audio, which is so cool, and this audio sounds really good. This is one of the best prop audios this year, I think. It just sounds really good. I honestly want to get one now for sure. I don't know if I'll get it. I feel like he's much more higher on the list to get than Dean, but I enjoy him so much. I love his look. He just looks super, super awesome. I definitely want him for sure. He's $250, which is kind of a lot for Home Depot because last year the Inferno Reaper was $200 and he had more motions. But I guess this guy's staff is really big, so I can see why they've raised the price for sure. But I overall really want to get him. I don't know if I will, but I really do want him. Next on our list is the 7-foot Colossal Spider. Now this one I enjoy a lot. This is one of my favorites for sure this year. I really, really want it, and I think everything from here on out on this list is ones I really, really want too. This one is just so awesome. I'm a big fan of like the big, huge Halloween props, and I really want a huge spider in my yard, so this one I definitely really want a lot. I just don't know if I can get it this year, which makes me really sad because I really want this, and I've been wanting it for a long time now. But this year, I don't think it would fit in my yard. I think definitely next year it's going to go in my yard if I get it. But this year, I don't really have a spot for this guy, so it makes me kind of sad that I probably can't get one. I really like it a lot. It's only $300, which I think is a good deal for this prop. It looks super big and detailed. I think my one complaint with it though is the fact that it has the jumping spider audio, which makes no sense. I don't know why it has that audio. I understand they wanted to have spider audio, but not the jumping spider audio. It's just kind of weird, but overall, I really, really want this guy. I hope I can get him, but I guess we'll just see. The next prop on this list, and every prop forward, I think I'm 99.9% sure I'm going to get. This is the 9.6 foot Immortal Werewolf. Now this guy is a very similar style to the 12 foot skeletons, except he's a bit smaller, only at 9.6 feet, and he's actually animated, which is really awesome. This guy looks super amazing. I like how he has audio, his head moves up and down, he has the LCD eyes, and he has mouth movement. This guy just looks super awesome. The amount of like textural detail on his body looks super cool. My only complaint is that it looks a bit too shiny, but regardless, this guy does look pretty good. And he is one of my favorites for sure of this year. I really want to get him. Unfortunately, I did not get him on the drop, but I still really want to get him this year. I may get him like next month or in stores, so I'm excited overall to hopefully get him. He just looks super amazing. He's $400, which is kind of pushing the price tag a bit. I feel like it could have been $350 for Home Depot standards, but overall I still plan to get him hopefully. And I wish he didn't have the normal towering werewolf audio, but it doesn't really matter to me since I don't have the original towering werewolf, so I don't really care that much. But overall, this guy's just awesome, and I really want to get him. Next is the 12 foot hovering witch. Now this prop is honestly really, really good. If you know me, I'm not a huge fan of the SVI witch props. I feel like they're too bland and generic, and they're just too similar to each other. But this one actually stands out, and it's not even because of the height. The prop itself looks amazing. This prop isn't like a 12 foot character where it's like a really tall person or character. It's more like a tall witch. She's still pretty tall, but she's not like 12 feet tall, but she's just floating in the air, and she has this broom that is 12 foot. That's what makes her 12 foot, is this broom with her. And this 12 foot prop actually is animated. She's got head turning, mouth movement, and she has LCD eyes and really cool audio. This prop honestly is just awesome. I was gonna buy it during the Home Depot drop, but I ended up getting something more expensive. But I hope this prop is the next one I buy along with the Immortal Werewolf, because I think then I'll feel fully complete with this lineup for this year. She's only $300, which is such an amazing price, and I think this is definitely one of the best props of the year so far. Next is the life-size 6-foot Oogie Boogie from the Nightmare Before Christmas, and I gotta say, I am blown away with this prop. I am super happy that Jemmy and Home Depot have fulfilled the dream of having our very own Oogie Boogie prop. The last few years, we've had a Jack and Sally prop, and then last year, Home Depot made their own versions of the Jack and Sally prop. And ever since the last few years with these characters, a lot of people have wanted the Oogie Boogie to be an actual prop with them. And this year we finally have him as a prop. It is so cool that they're expanding this lineup. I hope in the future we get more characters like the Mayor or Shock, Lock, and Barrel. I think it would be really cool characters to get. I am super impressed with this guy. He sings his song from the movie. He has side-to-side swaying, and he has mouth movement. It's overall really good. I think my only complaint is that his eyes light up, which is kind of weird because in the movie his eyes don't really show. But I am overall way impressed with this guy. He is amazing. And for $230, you can't go wrong. Another thing I wanted to add is, yes, I did buy this prop during the Home Depot drop. He has already shipped too, so he is coming in the mail Tuesday, July 19th. So on that date, expect an unboxing on this guy. I'm overall super excited for him to arrive on this day. Next is the 15-foot Towering Phantom, and wow, this one is another one that just completely blows me away. Not literally, because he actually does have some cool fan options in him, but literally, this guy is our tallest budget Halloween prop to date, and he looks really good. He's not the most detailed or intricate prop like some of the other 12-foot props, but he looks really good still. This guy actually has built-in fans to give the cool effect that his kind of cloak blows in the wind. I mean, this is really cool, but it is kind of pointless if the wind is already blowing. But regardless, I don't really care. I'm glad it has a cool feature to it. So if you want to have this guy on when there's no wind, he's got some cool fan options. And I even like how he has lights all around him and his arms and such and his face. Super cool option. My only complaint is that his lights change colors, which I think is kind of lame. I think it would have been cooler if it had different options to choose which light you want, because I do think it kind of ruins the prop and it's doing all these color changing stuff pretty abruptly too. It's not like it eases into the color, it's just all at once. It's kind of weird, but overall not bad. And I did order this guy also. He is $400. I did order him, and he's currently on back order. However, that could change within the next few weeks or so. The last prop on this list is the 7-foot Teary the Clown. Now, Teary, I think, is my favorite Home Depot prop of the year. He was formerly named Feargus the Clown, which I think is a better name personally, but I guess Teary is not the worst thing. I just think Feargus sounds more unique and kind of sad it's a gone name now. But regardless, the prop is super awesome. I know some people were kind of disappointed that he didn't do like a lot more. Like some people thought he was going to have servos and such. But I really do like his motion still overall. In the video you can't really tell, but his head does move. His mouth also moves. And his body sways up and down, kind of like the other towering werewolves we've gotten in the past. So I overall like this motion a lot. And I think the big draw to me with this guy is just his look. His look I just enjoy a lot. It's not your typical colorful clown. He looks like he's much more like a hobo, more formal clown. I just think he looks super unique, and I just love the way he looks. His face also is just amazing. His audio is fine, nothing too amazing, but I like his overall just face a lot. And his hands look really nice too, and I like his flowers too. Just overall a really nice prop. And I did also order this guy. He is currently on back order. He's only $200, which I think is fine. And overall, I am super happy to get him hopefully soon. Again, he's on back order, so he can ship within the next few weeks. But I'm overall super happy. Overall, that is it for the entire Home Depot 2022 Halloween animatronic drop lineup so far. Overall, I am super impressed with this lineup. At first, I liked it, but I kind of liked last year better. But this year, I like way better now after seeing all the videos. This year is just incredible for them. I'm way happy with them. So Home Depot, you guys really outdid yourselves this year. You guys definitely have some of the best props of the entire year so far. And I am way excited to get some of these things in the mail and hopefully buy some of these things later on this season. That's pretty much it, guys, for this video. If you guys enjoyed, please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know down below what you guys think of this lineup, and I'll see you guys in the next one.